All right, so I think we are live. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Namaskar. So we have the Gunjan with us. So she's made us proud yet again by winning this silver medal for the country in EGMO, which recently got conducted. So welcome, Gunjan, and thank you for sparing the time. And this is going to be a motivating session for a lot of students who are, who want to get into the team and who are preparing for Olympiads, who want to make big uh, for the country. So yes. So again, before we start the session, guys, I'll just highlight some of the important or some of the milestones which Gunjan has already achieved. So she's already in class 12th. She has gotten into Cambridge. She'll be joining the college very soon in October. But again, the journey started pretty early, and of course, I'll let Gunjan to talk about that journey. But again, some of the milestones that she's achieved. So she has qualified INMO in all the five attempts that she's given. Right. So this is one big achievement and the wow thing. She has won the medal for the second time or third time? Third time, right?
Time.
Third time, right? So two silvers and a bronze for the country. She has done diploma and tournament of rounds. The whole list is there in front of me. Again, it is going to take a lot of time to read the entire list. She has done Sharijan, diploma in Sharijan, silver medal in Iranian geometry Olympiad, honorable mention in again Iranian geometry Olympiad in 2018. So again, the list is going to go on, and I don't want to waste my time on this because again, we know uh, the kind of list. I'll probably put the list in the description just to motivate the others. I don't know if it is going to motivate or demotivate, but I'll just for the information to others, I'll put the list of her achievements in the description as soon as the session gets over. So welcome, Gunjan. How does it feel, first of all, with this picture, with the Indian flag, with the medal? How proud the moment it was?
I can't describe it very well, but it just felt like I was on the top of the world. And yeah, I wish I could go back to that moment again and again, but it
Amazing.
just felt really good.
Great. So this is right outside the convention hall where it took place. It was a hotel.
And this was like outside the place where the ceremony happened. So that was the cultural center, but we were in a hotel.
Amazing, amazing. And of course, I also have the pic wherein you were on the stage with Indian flag in front of all the contestants. So I mean that feeling would be great, right? So holding the Indian flag with the medal, and it is a proud moment for anyone who is doing that.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Great, great. So how do you compare this performance with the last one? Last year also you won a silver medal for the country. So how is this? I mean, where do you rate this performance?
I think I definitely could have and should have done better this year,
Hmm.
but I think compared to last year, I definitely improved and did slightly better because last year I was like silver, borderline silver, but this year I was slightly close to gold, at least closer than last year.
We wish if there were more years, Gunjan, I
Yeah.
am sure, sure. I mean, you would have done or gotten gold for the country. So just for the reference, last year Gunjan aced day one, so she did all the questions on day one. Day two, I think it went a little off the mark, but this year I think uh, you did okay on both the days,
Yeah,
right? So great, amazing,
it was
super.
slightly more balanced.
Okay, great. And how was the team performance? So this team, I think this year it performed really well. What was the whole rank of the country?
It was 11th overall and I think third in Asia.
Amazing. So Asia, we are behind China and
I think Korea, I'm not sure.
okay, okay, great, amazing. So this is proud feeling. Third in Asia, 11th in the world. I'm sure. I mean, with your mentorship, and I'm sure you're going to guide a lot of students from now on. The I mean, even though the career is, I mean, you still have IMOTC, of course. Now it is still not over. So course, Gunjan is going to go to IMOTC in a few days from now. She's preparing really hard, so let's hope we get to see more of Gunjan on the world stage. All right, so so yes, so Gunjan, again a bit more about EGMO 24 event. This is again I want to motivate a lot of girl students because for a lot of girls you are the inspiration. You are someone who they want to be. Uh, right. So we have a lot of girl students in our batches also, and they keep on asking about you, your journey, and how did it start. So before we do that. A brief about EGMO 24 event. How was it? How many days you spent there, and what is the event like? And what are the event? The contest days. What happened on the contest days? How they're evaluated. So briefly, everything about the event, so that we can live it live.
Yeah, so like it sort of starts a lot before the actual EGMO. We have to gather at HPCSE like 6, 7 days before EGMO for a pre-departure camp, and we have all our leaders, deputies, observers, and other instructors there along with the team. And we study there, groups all there, have lectures, and towards the end we start getting the feels, and it slightly like kicks in that oh my god, we're like going to EGMO
Hmm.
so soon. And then we all just take a flight to the
So
assigned
basically,
place.
do we have those kind of dialogue? Yes, 70 minute kinds.
Sorry.
In this movie, the Khan movie, I forgot the name. Yes, 70 minute. जिंदगी के सबसे important 70 minute.
Or I think that was Chuck the India, I'm
Ah,
not
Chuck the
sure.
India, Chuck the India. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I think those kind of dialogues were definitely there,
Okay,
but
great.
more in a fun way. We did not want to stress out.
Okay, amazing. Okay, then
And
you took a flight to Georgia.
yeah, and we all got the blazers, like the Team India blazers.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. So,
Yeah.
is this the first time you got, or last year also you got?
Last 2 years we got hoodies and t-shirts instead of blazers, but
Okay,
it's mostly been blazers. But
and I'm sure it is going to be a very good feel with the Blazers,
yeah,
Team India Blazers on. Amazing.
like a lot of people were recognizing and like
Oh, so
super,
awesome, so awesome. And did people wish you good luck on the flight?
like a lot of people. We were
Amazing,
back and it was like more than 25 people.
amazing, great, great. Did they take your autographs or take pictures with you?
Um, I'm not sure they took a picture, but they definitely talked to us.
Okay, amazing.
And
वो जाने से पहले feel आ गया होगा वो तो.
yeah,
Okay,
and we reached there on like, let's say day zero, because that was nothing especially planned on that day.
mm,
All the teams were arriving there, and we just talked to a bunch of people from other teams, and we took a bus from the airport to the place where the EGMO was held. It was a 5 hour bus, and we shared it with Taiwan and Bangladesh, and it was super fun with them. We sang songs all the way.
oh, they knew
And
they knew the Bollywood songs.
no, but the thing that like kind of brought us all together was the Doraemon theme song,
Oh,
because
amazing,
everyone had their own version but the same tune. So
great,
we all bonded over that.
amazing.
Mm. Then the next day we had a treasure hunt in the day, like a 3 to 4 hour treasure hunt, and we tried to go to all the stations, do their activities, collect the stamps. And at the end of the day, we had an opening ceremony where all the teams with their flags, they all stood on the stage and kind of just like show that, oh my God, our team is here. And we all took photographs. And then it was kind of settling in that, okay, it's the contest day tomorrow. We need to be ready. And we went to the contest place and we just were so excited. We couldn't even like think about the contest problems or anything. We were so excited. And the 4.5 hours went by. It wasn't too scary because we were again so excited. We couldn't even process it all at that point. And I think the advice that our team took from previous medalists and all was to not think about it too much on the like end of the first day how it went, because we should attempt the second day like day one never happened. It's like again the first day, so we're kind of detached from the first day and it does not affect the performance in the next day because that's really important.
But do you discuss the problems that the day one problems on after the contest?
We try not to, because if something turns out to be wrong or incorrect or incomplete, it's just gonna kind of demotivate the person.
Yes.
And then the second day happened, kind of the same thing. And we had a lot of like activities at the end of the day, like making bracelets, solving puzzles,
This
and
is after day two contests.
even after day one, the same activities were there. We could make bracelets, play cards, set, poker, everything. And then on the next day, we, the leaders and the deputy leaders, were supposed to arbitrate, and we all were allowed to go on an excursion to some caves with a really huge dragon footprint. We never got to see the footprint, but it was like super exciting, but also kind of nerve wracking because we knew that the leaders are arguing at the mark for the marks at that point.
Oh, yes.
So we were constantly checking our phones and checking if the results are out. And
So
at the
on day, this is one day after the contest.
yeah, and at the end of the day, we got to know the marks we had, the expected medal, and we just
So as soon as you get the marks, do you also talk to other team members about how much marks have you scored?
yeah, like
Or
we
is
saw,
it kind of open? So once you get the marks, you also know the rank list, is it?
yeah, it's open. So they're ordered in a way that,
Okay.
let's say I have marks disclosed for 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 and 6 are not disclosed yet. So my rank will be assuming I get 7 on both 5 and 6. Mhm. So we kind of do like see what medal and what rank will like around the range of that.
Okay.
So even when the cutoffs are not necessarily out, we did expect which medal we're getting. And then we were just like super excited because we also saw the team rank and it was like the best we've ever performed.
Oh,
Like,
this is the best we have ever performed in EGMO, is it?
yeah, ever.
Amazing, amazing, superb. What was the rank last year?
Last year, I don't think we made top 20,
Okay.
but the year before that, we were 18.
So
And
in
that was the best ever.
Anushka's time also, it was lower than this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is huge. I mean, so this is one point you can always taunt your ancestor about. Too good, amazing. So okay, so this is after so one day after the contest. So again, you tend to know about your marks and also the tentative medal that you're going to get, and this is followed by the closing ceremony the next day.
Yeah. So next day, the whole team with the guides and the leaders and the deputy leaders, we all went on the excursion to another cave,
Okay.
and it was slightly more fun because we could all like relax. There's no tension now. Everything's done,
Uh,
and we had so much fun.
mm.
And and then at the end of the day, we had the closing ceremony, and we got our medals there, and we were called on the stage. It was the best day.
Amazing, amazing. So this picture, this is the same day.
Yeah, this is the same day.
The day you got the medal and you came out and amazing. So is there no clearer picture of you on the stage? So when you're
I
on the
think
stage, no one can see you. Is it?
on like an average EGMO Facebook page, they post pictures of all the students with the medal, but I couldn't find it this year. Maybe I will soon, and
Okay.
I'll get back.
Great, great. So again, it must be a proud feeling, Gunjan, and we are so proud of you and your achievements, what you have done for the country. And again, I'm sure it is going to inspire a lot of students, particularly girls and everyone, not only girls, but everyone, seeing the kind of things that you've done and the kind of hard work that you've put in. So talking about hard work again, so this is one, most I would say frequently asked question to me that when did Gunjan start her preparation and what were the roadblocks? How did she prepare? So again, briefly tell about your journey. How did it start? And of course, there is this IMO thesis still left. So we are
Yeah.
hoping for the best. But again, how did it start and what were the roadblocks if there were any?
I think the starting of my preparation was mostly motivated by Anushka, my sister, doing Olympiads, and also seeing a lot of her friends achieving great things, and that just motivated me. And I took part in my first Olympiad in seventh grade. I wrote PRMO that year, and I was a little short on marks for RMO, but I didn't let that like kind of demotivate me. I was like, I'll come back stronger next year. And in eighth grade is when I got actually quite serious about it. And I focused a lot on PRMO as well as RMO and INMO. And I qualified all of those that year. And it was kind of sad that IMTC was cancelled that year because it was the COVID year. And I was so excited for going there. And at the end moment, a month before the camp, we got to not happening.
Hmm.
So that was kind of sad. But again, it was like, okay, I'll come back stronger next year. And the year after year, I wrote INMO. And last
The
year,
good
finally,
part was you didn't have to write IOQM. So you wrote pre-RMO IOQM only once. You qualified in more the same year. So
yeah,
after seventh, of course.
yeah.
And since then you've not, I mean, you did not get a chance to write IOQM as well. But have you seen the papers, the kind of papers which IOQM has been asking as compared to 5 years back? So these years, I mean, the recent years, the toughness level has improved quite a bit.
I, yeah. I think they're a lot tougher now. And even the pattern has changed a lot. Like earlier, like really, really long time back, it used to be all questions with the same marks and lesser questions. But then it changed to questions of marks 2, 3, and 5. And now it's, I think, 2, 3, and 10 or
No, it is
2,
2,
5.
3, 5 only. In the middle, they did 2, 3, and 10. 3, 5, and 10. They did 3, 5, and 10, and now it is back to 2, 2 3, 5.
Yeah. That,
Hopefully,
it's,
they don't change it again. I mean, this is assuming they don't change it this year.
yeah. But it's a lot harder these days. And you need actual uh, Olympiad preparation now. Earlier, with a little bit of preparation of Olympiads and more JEE preparation, you could qualify, but I wouldn't say that for recent years.
And what were the resources? What were the books? Again, this is again a lot of students ask, कि जो भी बच्चे to represent India, what they do, how did they start, what books did they follow? So I mean, you can list down any number of books.
I think the book that got me started was Challenges and Thrills. I started geometry with that, and it starts from the very beginning, like similar triangles, congruent triangles, and
It starts with parallel lines.
yeah, right, parallel lines, straight lines, and
Yes.
then builds onto triangles, circles. So that helped me a lot because I was really young, and that helped. It's a slow book. It starts from very basic, but it builds to a good level. So I would really suggest that book, especially for geometry. And the David Burton book, Number Theory one.
So first 5 chapters particularly.
Yeah, for the beginning, at least, first 5 chapters. And I think towards the end, it goes to decent level and a decent amount of theory it introduces. But you should do at least first 5 chapters. And once I was comfortable with these things, I started the Evan Chen book, the not the Euclidean geometry in Math Olympiads. I started that book, and again, first four chapters are enough for like building a foundation for proper Olympiads. But if you want to be like really, really good at geometry, I don't think the book is necessarily enough. At least the first four chapters, you need to practice a lot of harder problems, problems with different, I think, different techniques used, like not just Euclidean geometry. Like there's so much stuff going on now, like moving points and 3D geometry and so much stuff. So I think you should really introduce yourself to these topics if you want.
I mean, so someone who's done CTPCM, let's say, geometry CTPCM, and probably done some EGMO also. So what would be the next go-to book?
I think it should be the Evanson's EGMO book that could help them. After that, I'm not sure. I at least I didn't do any book specifically.
Did
I
problem solving, random problem solving.
yeah, and but I think a lot of people recommend A Beautiful Journey and Lies in Olympia Geometry. I never had the chance to do those books, but I've heard they're really good.
And how about combinatorics and algebra?
I think for combinatorics, I started with the 11th grade R.D. Sharma.
Yeah, so 11th grade permutation combination basically.
Yeah, I think it's really important to let yourself know that that's not combinatorics. That is not how Olympiads work.
Yes.
It's just the basic understanding of what's going on. And I'm not sure if I did a particular book for theory in that because there's not too much theory at the basic level. So I did this book, Problem Primer, and I did all the problems in that. And that's a really short, slim book, so you could finish that quickly. And it builds intuition like in a really, in I guess, structured manner. Because after that, I was able to solve a lot more RMO and INMO problems, and with like no preparation. So after that, I just tried a lot of problems, previous year problems. And for graph theory, I guess there are a lot of books, but I never really had the chance to go through them. I focused more on handouts. And for algebra, that's one of the hardest things to give advice on because I think a lot of people don't like algebra because it's sort of bashy and not as intuitive. But I disagree. For inequalities, I think you should start with getting really comfortable with the basic inequalities like AMGM, Cauchy-Schwarz, and Tito's inequality, and those things. Once you're good enough with those and comfortable that if you see one and you can spot it easily, you could move to the Secrets and Inequalities book. And that's, I think, a really good book. It has a lot of techniques and it moves really fast, but it builds intuition. And for functional equations, there's a book by F.E. Creator on AOPS. I could probably send the link. I'm not sure if it's like a published book.
Yeah, you could send the link. I'll put them. How do you rate Venkat Chala?
I think that's a little bit old fashioned. It like builds slowly and it doesn't go too deep. I didn't do it completely, so I am not sure I should comment too much.
But again, so it starts from the very basics, and so I think so functional equations is one thing which is not there in Indian textbooks at all. Right? So the
Right.
basic algebra would be there. It starts pretty early, class 8, class 9 NCRT would have some sort of algebra, of course. The kind of level is, of course, that is nowhere in comparison to what is being asked in Olympiads. But functional equations is not there at all. You know, be it JEE, be it class 8, 9, 10. So again, you have to
Right.
start with these kind of basic things so that you form intuition.
Yeah. I think Venkatachala is good for that. The FE Creator book, it's for practicing Olympiad problem. It is not for building basics. So you could start with Venkateshwara for base. Yeah, I think that would be a much better strategy. Mhm.
Amazing. Gunjan, if you could, after the session, so that I can put in the description so that the students
Yeah,
are able to see. Right, so it will be better and will be helpful for the students. All right. So last but not the least, any tips for the juniors, for the girl students, for anyone who is and who will be watching this session later also. I'm sure your achievements are going to inspire them. But any word of advice, uh, because there are a lot of students who start their preparation only to realize that they have not done well in the first attempt or maybe in the second attempt. Uh, Again, they are in double mind. Should they leave being in class 9, being in class 10, or should they continue their preparation? Right. So these kind of things. So again, it did not happen to you, of course, because you were able to qualify in your first, second attempt and have been qualifying in ever since. But any advice, particularly for this category of students who maybe have put in a lot of efforts, but were not able to score well in IOQM, be it any reason, be it the difficulty level of IOQM, be it, I mean, any reason they were not able to score well in IOQM. So what would be the general advice to these kind of
I think IOQM is like a tricky exam to do well in, even if you're really good. It's like very easy to mess up and miss the cutoff by a couple of marks. So if you're like certain that Olympiads are something you enjoy and this type of math is what you want to pursue, at least for the rest of the high school, you should definitely give it a shot. And I agree, like with preparation for entrance exams, it's kind of hard to give Olympiads a lot of time, but at least a little bit you should devote to it. And I'm pretty sure if you just focus on the math and the problems instead of the results, you'll do much better just the next attempt.
students? This is one thing that you should always remember. It is a journey. It is the thrill in problem solving that matters more than the actual results. Because if you enjoy problem solving, the results will come most likely, and even if you don't come, it doesn't matter as long as you're enjoying math.
Yeah, like if you spend a couple of years and you figure out that there's something you like, there's no harm in that, even if there are no good results according to them.
True, true, true. Amazing, Gunjan. Thank you for all the time and thank you for being here. I'm sure this is going to inspire, as I said, a lot of students, a lot of girl students, and any advice for the girl students in particular. Uh, yeah,
I'd say just try your best. Don't limit yourself to EGMO. There's always IMO waiting for you.
amazing. Because even now, there is a lot of gap between the students. I mean, the ratio. There are still a lot of boy students who appear for this examination. At least in Vedantu Olympiad School, this is the trend. There are a lot less girl students. But again, I mean, you are going to be a lot of huge source of inspiration for a lot of students, particularly girls. You are going to be the go-to person. They're going to look at your achievements and ultimately derive a lot of inspiration from you. So I'm sure the percentage is going to improve with every time India doing well in these kind of events like it did this year. I mean, it is not only your achievement; it is country's achievement, and you're going to inspire a lot of girl students who are going to take up Math Olympiad preparation in the coming years. So amazing. So thank you, Gunjan, for the time and all the best for IMOTC. I'm sure there's one more chance, and I'm sure you will